One of the Pawn Stars, Austin Russell, better known as Chumlee, is in jail tonight on charges of aggravated assault. Chumlee's defiant statement in a recent interview has only added to the already heated public debate. Once a funny and relatable reality TV star on Pawn Stars, he is now the target of heavy accusations and damaging rumors. The trouble started with shocking claims that Chumlee was in possession of illegal drugs and weapons, and he even faced rumors that he was involved in more serious crimes. The media jumped at the chance to make the story more interesting by using headlines like "Pawn Stars star faces life in prison" and "Chumlee's irredeemable fall from grace." These phrases hurt his reputation by turning him from a beloved, funny character into a symbol of evil and guilt. The rumors spread like wildfire, leaving fans shocked and questioning everything they thought they knew about him. But are the accusations as true as they seem? Is Chumlee really the monster that the media has made him out to be? Or is this just a lie to satisfy the public's thirst for scandal? In today's video, we'll answer these questions and find the truth. Stay tuned. 1. Chumlee's fame and the appeal of Pawn Stars. Before rumors of a life sentence started to spread, Chumlee was known for his happy, down-to-earth and relatable personality. He was seen as the comic soul of Pawn Stars and an important part of the show. It's more than just a reality show about pawn shops, it's also a window into the fascinating world of antiques and collectibles, and each episode cleverly weaves historical stories into the present day. The show first aired on the History Channel in 2009 and quickly became a worldwide hit, with millions of viewers tuning in every week. Set in a Las Vegas gold and silver pawn shop, Pawn Stars isn't just about deals. It's also about the relationships between the shop's employees, especially the funny interactions between the one character. Chumlee Austin Lee Russell became an unmistakable icon and added a special charm to the show. At the center of Pawn Stars is the gold and silver pawn shop, where interesting deals happen between sellers, buyers, and expert appraisers. The show's appeal comes from the fact that every item has its own story, from historically important artifacts to seemingly useless items that turn out to have a lot of value as collectibles. The negotiations, which can be heated or funny, keep viewers watching. Pawn Stars is unique because of how it develops its characters in the shop. Rick Harrison, the shop's owner, is a strong and knowledgeable leader, and Corey Harrison, Rick's son, brings a youthful and lively energy to the show. But Chumlee, with his funny, clumsy and sometimes goofy personality, is what keeps people coming back for more. Chumlee not only adds humor to the show, but he also makes it feel more relatable and approachable for viewers. Chumlee is neither a manager nor a worker. Instead of being an expert in the shop, he does simpler tasks like checking items, helping customers, and writing receipts. But his natural humor and charisma have made him the heart and soul of the show, balancing the tense negotiations with lighthearted moments. Fans love Chumlee's interactions with them, even though Rick and Corey make fun of him for his simple questions and clumsy behavior. One of Chumlee's best qualities is his ability to make jokes naturally, keeps a positive attitude, and always comes back with funny comments that make people laugh. In fact, many people watch the show not for the pawned items but to see what Chumlee will do next. Even though he is often portrayed as the fool of the show, Chumlee is actually very smart in some areas. For example, he knows a lot about pinball machines and old toys, as shown in several episodes where he surprises everyone by correctly estimating their value. Chumlee is also a successful businessman. Because of his fame from Pawn Stars, he opened a candy store called Chumlee's Candy on the Boulevard in Las Vegas. The store sells classic candies as well as a wide range of unique souvenirs and drinks, and it's quickly becoming a popular spot for tourists, especially fans of the show. Chumlee designs many of the products himself and often hangs out with customers, which makes him even more likable. The success of the candy shop is clear proof of Chumlee's business sense. He cleverly uses his fame to make money while also providing good products and services. But fame doesn't always bring happiness. As Chumlee's fame grew, so did the scrutiny of the public and the media. His funny personality and approachable appearance made him easy to draw attention to himself. But this also made him more open to criticism and judgment. Before the scandal, Chumlee was seen as a model of how an average person could become famous and successful by seizing opportunities. There are benefits to being famous, but there are also some downsides. When rumors about a life sentence started to spread, Chumlee's reputation took a big hit, which made people wonder, do the public and media really understand the truth behind sensational headlines? Chumlee's rise to fame and role in Pawn Stars show both the benefits and downsides of being in the public eye. His humor and honesty made him a beloved figure, but his experiences also show the problems that come with being under constant scrutiny. 2. Where the rumor about a life sentence came from. The rumor that Chumlee had been sentenced to life in prison did not just appear out of thin air. It was caused by a series of highly publicized legal events in 2016. This scandal shocked the public and did a lot of damage to Chumlee's reputation. To find out where this rumor came from, we need to look more closely at the legal scandal, how the media covered it, and how false stories were spread unchecked on social media. On March 9, 2016, a woman accused Chumlee of sexual assault, and Las Vegas police executed a search warrant at his home. The incident quickly gained a lot of attention because Chumlee was a popular character on the reality TV show Pawn Stars. However, when police searched his home, they found no evidence to support the sexual assault claim. Instead, they found a lot of illegal drugs and weapons that had not been registered, according to the Las Vegas Police Department. The police report that the search found 11 illegal firearms, including handguns and rifles, 4.2 g of marijuana, 1.3 g of methamphetamine, several Xanax pills without a prescription, and drug paraphernalia for cocaine use. These items led to nearly 20 charges against Chumlee, including drug possession and illegal weapon possession. The news caused a storm of controversy among fans who loved Chumlee's funny and relatable character on Pawn Stars. Pawn Stars star arrested for drugs and weapons, or Chumlee from fame to crime, were some of the headlines in the news. Even major news outlets like USA Today and The Guardian wrote about it, though many of the articles focused on the seized items without explaining the legal context of the charges. After being arrested, Chumlee was released on bail for $62,000. To avoid a long trial and the risk of a harsh sentence, his lawyers quickly negotiated a plea deal with prosecutors. Under the deal, Chumlee pleaded guilty. If Chumlee admitted to 2 charges, misdemeanor drug possession and felony illegal firearm possession, he avoided jail time and was instead given 3 years of probation, during which he had to complete a drug counseling program and promise not to offend again. He also agreed to give up all of his unregistered weapons to the police. Even though the plea deal kept him out of jail, it did a lot of damage to his reputation. Many fans were disappointed, and others started to question his lifestyle choices. Tabloids jumped at the chance to make the story more exciting, to get clicks and views. This is where the rumor of a life sentence started and spread uncontrollably. Clickbait websites and social media accounts quickly posted false claims, saying that Chumlee had been sentenced to life in prison for drugs and weapons possession. Headlines like, "Pawn Star sentenced to life in prison," and "Chumlee faces the harshest sentence possible," flooded the internet, getting millions of views and shares. According to a report by BuzzSumo, more than 250,000 posts about Chumlee appeared within a week of the scandal breaking. Most of them were exaggerated or outright false. This rumor spread not only through the media, but also through the way social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube work. These sites became breeding grounds for sensationalized stories. Baseless analysis videos on YouTube got millions of views, and hashtags like Chumlee arrested and Pawn Star scandal trended on Twitter, spreading more false information. On social media, posts that didn't focus on the fact that Chumlee got probation emphasized the idea of a fallen star who had been severely punished and lost everything. One of the main reasons the life sentence rumor got out of hand was that the media twisted the truth to get attention instead of giving a balanced, and many news outlets chose to focus on the bad parts of the case to make the stories more interesting. Some even left out important details about Chumlee's probation or plea deal, which made people think he was really sentenced to life in prison. This rumor hurt Chumlee's personal image and had a big effect on his career and business. Visits to his candy store, Chumlee's Candy on the Boulevard, dropped sharply, and people started arguing about whether he should stay on Pawn Stars. Some loyal fans kept supporting Chumlee, saying that the rumor was just sensationalism in the media, but a lot of people were misled by it, which put a lot of pressure on him. In response, Chumlee chose to stay quiet and not directly confront the rumors. Instead, he worked on improving himself and rebuilding his image through actions instead of words. This decision helped him slowly win back the trust of his fans, but the life sentence rumor left an indelible mark on his career. In the end, the start and spread of the life sentence rumor show how dangerous false information can be in the digital age. Chumlee's story is a reminder that media outlets and social networks need to make sure that the information they share is accurate. While Chumlee has worked hard to rebuild his life and career, the rumor remains a cautionary tale of how quickly false stories can take hold and overshadow the truth. Through the truth behind the rumors, fans who had always loved Chumlee's people who liked Chumlee's friendly and funny personality on Pawn Stars split into 2 groups: those who were upset and turned their backs on him, and those who wanted to find out the truth. However, the reality of Chumlee's 2016 scandal is very different from the sensationalized accounts spread by the media and social networks. By looking at the legal details, comparing them with official statements, and looking at Chumlee's own actions, the truth behind the rumors slowly comes to light. As we've already said, in March 2016, Chumlee's home was searched because of a possible sexual assault claim. However, there was no evidence to support this claim, and it was quickly dropped from the case. What got Chumlee into trouble was the discovery of a lot of illegal drugs and unregistered guns in his home. He was facing nearly 20 charges, including serious drug and gun crimes, so he and his lawyers decided to talk to the prosecutors about lowering the charges. Due to the possible legal consequences, he entered into a plea deal in which he admitted to 2 major crimes: illegal possession of a firearm, which was a felony, and possession of a controlled substance, which was downgraded to a misdemeanor. As a result, Chumlee avoided jail time and was given 3 years of probation, during which he had to complete a drug counseling program and promise not to commit another crime. He was also required to turn over all of his illegal firearms to the police. It is important to note that no sexual assault charges were ever brought against him. According to rumors, Chumlee was never sentenced to prison, let alone life in prison. One big reason why these rumors spread was because the media missed important details and sensationalized the case. At first, big and small news outlets focused on how many drugs and guns were found in Chumlee's home, using shocking headlines to get people's attention. For example, many articles were called "Pawn Star's Celebrity Faces Jail Time for Drugs and Weapons Without." A lot of people were confused because many of these articles didn't talk about Chumlee's plea deal or the specific legal conditions that were put on him. This made it easier for people to think that he had been sentenced to prison. Some news outlets even made things up, like saying that Chumlee was being held in a maximum security prison, or that he couldn't appeal his sentence. Social media, which spreads information quickly but not always in a controlled way, also played a role. Social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube spread false claims, which made the rumors spread even faster. Some YouTube videos, labeled as urgent or shocking, got millions of views, even though they didn't have any verified information from official sources. In the face of the wave of rumors and public criticism, Chumlee chose to stay silent rather than confront the media in public. This was an unusual choice for celebrities in similar situations. But Chumlee thought that actions spoke louder than words, so instead of getting into endless arguments, he worked on improving himself and rebuilding his image. While he didn't directly deny the rumors, Chumlee often used social media to share bits of his daily life that showed he was living a good life and didn't seem to be affected by the rumors. For example, he would often post updates about his candy shop's candy on the boulevard to show that business was going well, which made people wonder if he was lying. To better understand Chumlee's rise from a regular pawn shop worker to a beloved reality TV star and then the center of a media storm, we need to look back at his humble beginnings. Chumlee's past not only set the stage for his success, but it also shows how resilient he is and how well he can handle life's challenges. Chumlee's story is a reminder that media sensationalism and social media rumors can twist the truth, leaving the public with a false impression. One-sided story, but Chumlee has shown that with hard work and a focus on self-improvement, it is possible to rise above the noise and take back control of one's life and reputation. 4. A rough journey. Chumlee, whose real name is Austin Lee Russell, was born on September 8, 1982 in Henderson, Nevada, a small city near Las Vegas. He got the nickname Chumlee from a character in the animated show Tennessee Tuxedo and His Tales, because his friends thought the character looked a lot like Chumlee as a child. The name Chumlee at first sounded funny, but it became a unique brand that was closely linked to his persona and career. Chumlee grew up in a working-class family. His childhood wasn't particularly memorable, but it was hard. The death of his father when he was 21 years old had a huge effect on his life. His father died of pancreatic cancer just 2 weeks before Pawn Stars premiered. This loss left a deep emotional scar on Chumlee, but it also made him want to live a better life. Chumlee's career at the gold and silver pawn shop was greatly helped by his close friendship with Corey Harrison, the son of Rick Harrison, the store's owner. He started working there at age 21 and did basic tasks like checking inventory, helping customers, and writing receipts. But because of his funny and down-to-earth personality, Chumlee quickly became an important part of the team. When Pawn Stars first aired on the History Channel in 2009, no one could have predicted what would happen. Chumlee, who started out as a regular employee at Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, became one of the most popular reality TV stars on the show. His role wasn't to be an expert on prices or a skilled negotiator. Instead, he was to be the show's comedic relief. With his silly questions, awkward but endearing behavior, and natural sense of humor, Chumlee stood out and won the hearts of the viewers. The show's success not only brought fame to the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, but it also gave Chumlee a solid job. Using his newfound fame to start other businesses, he opened a candy store called Chumlee's Candy on the Boulevard, which quickly became a popular tourist spot in Las Vegas, especially among fans of the show. Besides the candy business, Chumlee tried his hand at other business ideas, such as starting his own company to sell custom designs and run events. One of the most important business moves he made was selling 50% of his company's shares to Rick Harrison for a decision that showed how smart Chumlee was as a businessman. At the height of Pawn Stars' popularity, Chumlee was not only a funny character on TV, but also a cultural icon. He was invited to major events, gave many interviews, and even made guest appearances on other shows. Despite his fame, Chumlee kept his simple, approachable personality, which made him one of the most loved reality TV stars. However, this fame also put him under a lot of scrutiny. The media and public kept a close eye on Chumlee's personal life, and any action he took, no matter how small, could easily become headline news. This put a lot of pressure on him, and when the legal scandal of 2016 broke, it made the pressure even worse. Chumlee's early career was inspiring, going from being an average worker to a reality TV star and a successful business owner. However, the problems he faced later, like rumors and scandals, showed that fame comes with both great honor and a lot of stress. Chumlee's rough past helped him deal with rumors and criticism to some extent, but after thinking about himself, he made some brave and seemingly crazy choices that not everyone could understand. These choices, along with his strength and determination, have become defining parts of Chumlee's story, a tale of ups and downs, growth, and self-reinvention. It was Chumlee's rough past that helped him deal with the rumors to some extent, but after thinking about himself, he made some brave, and not everyone could understand Five's life and transformation after the scandal. One of the most important changes in Chumlee's life after the scandal was his journey to improve his health and change his way of life. Before the scandal, Chumlee was known for being overweight. He once weighed over 150 kg, and living an unhealthy lifestyle. He was teased about his weight on Pawn Stars, but that didn't push him to make a change. But after the scandal, he realized he needed to improve himself not only to win back the public's trust, but Chumlee started by changing his diet. He stopped eating fast food and sugary drinks completely, and started eating healthy, nutritious meals instead. He also started a strict workout routine that included cardio and weightlifting, under the supervision of a personal trainer. By sticking to this new lifestyle, Chumlee lost over 75 kg in just 2 years, which shocked his fans. But Chumlee's journey to change didn't end there. In 2019, he continued to work out to keep off the weight he had lost. In order to protect his health in the long term, Chumlee had gastric sleeve surgery, which involved removing part of his stomach. He then stuck to his strict diet and exercise plan, and shared his story on social media to inspire others. In an interview, Chumlee said, "Losing weight isn't just about changing your looks, it's about changing how you see life. I want to live longer and healthier, and I know I have to do this for myself and my family." After the scandal, he worked on improving other parts of his life. He focused on fixing his personal image and getting back in touch with fans through business projects and social media. The candy store he had opened before, Chumlee's Candy on the Boulevard, continued to run normally. Although foot traffic dropped at first because of the scandal's effects, Chumlee's determination and hard work slowly won back customers' trust. He often went to the store to talk to fans and take pictures with them. Chumlee also used social media to connect with people. On Instagram and Twitter, he shared daily updates on his weight loss journey and new business ventures. His posts often had a positive and inspiring tone, which helped him slowly win back the love of his fans. One of the most important steps in Chumlee's recovery after the scandal was his return to Pawn Stars. There were arguments about whether he should keep appearing on the show, but in the end, the producers decided to keep him. Real-life TV star Chumlee's comeback not only helped the show keep its popularity, but it also showed that the audience still supported him. Chumlee's story isn't just about getting over a scandal, it's become an inspiration for many. From a reality TV star caught in a storm of rumors and criticism, to a person who regularly shares his weight loss journey and the struggles he faced, Chumlee has shown that anyone can change and start over. Let's face it. On social media. In an Instagram post, Chumlee wrote, "I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. But the most important thing is that I've learned from them, and continue striving to become the best version of myself." These posts have gotten thousands of likes and positive comments from fans, many of whom said that they were inspired by his story. In addition to inspiring others, Chumlee has also done many charitable things to give back to the community. He has donated some of his earnings. He gives money from his candy store to charities that help kids and educational projects. He doesn't talk about these good deeds in public, but his actions show that he wants to be a better person for himself and the people around him. Chumlee's journey of change after the 2016 scandal is an inspiring story, but it also shows that fame comes with pressure and responsibility. Even though he has made progress in regaining public trust, he is still being watched closely. Even though he has been criticized, Chumlee is determined to rebuild his life and career. Looking back, his journey is not only a personal story, but also a lesson for all of us. Mistakes don't make us who we are. How we deal with and get past them is what matters. 6 recent projects that stand out. After getting over the problems that came from his 2016 scandal and working to fix his public image, Chumlee has not only kept his fame from Pawn Stars, but also grown into... In the past few years, he has shown that he is more than just a popular reality TV star. He is also a creative businessman who knows how to use his personal appeal to build his brand. One of Chumlee's most well-known projects is Pawn Stars Do America, a spin-off of the original Pawn Stars series. In this project, he and other cast members like Rick Harrison and Corey Harrison travel across the United States to look at unique antiques. The new way the show was presented quickly made it a fan favorite. Instead of staying in the usual setting of the gold and silver pawn shop, Pawn Stars Do America lets viewers learn about different cultures through historical items and the stories behind them. Chumlee continues to play his usual role, making people laugh and making the negotiations more relaxed. Even though the show is mostly about the items, Chumlee's charm is still an important part of it. Fans feel connected to him through his innocent questions and bewildered looks at strange collectibles. Pawn Stars Do America not only helped Chumlee reaffirm his place in the hearts of fans, but it also helped the show keep its charm after more than a decade on air. Outside of reality TV, Chumlee has ventured into the gaming industry with a project called Chumlee's Adventure: The Quest for Pinky. Based on Chumlee's own image and personality, this game is designed in a retro style that makes me think of 8-bit games from the 1980s and 1990s in the game. Players take on the role of Chumlee and go on an exciting adventure to save his beloved dog Pinky. Along the way, players must overcome obstacles, collect antiques, and face unexpected challenges. The game is not only fun, but it also gives Chumlee a new and creative way to connect with his fans. Chumlee's Adventure: The Quest for Pinky got good reviews from the retro gaming community, with many fans praising its creativity and humor. They also see it as a special gift from Chumlee. Chumlee, or Chumlee to his fans over the years, is a well-known face at Comic-Con events. He loves collecting things related to pop culture, like Pokemon pinball machines and comic books. One of his most memorable appearances was at San Diego Comic-Con 2024, where he talked to fans and shared his journey as a collector. At the event, Chumlee showed off his exclusive Pokemon collection, which includes some rare cards worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Additionally, he said that his love for Pokemon started when he was a child and has grown into an important part of his life. Chumlee said, "I've always believed that every item has its own story, and collecting isn't just about owning, it's about preserving cultural value." Chumlee's appearances at conventions like Comic-Con have helped him make deeper connections with the global collector community, in addition to his new fans. Chumlee has continued to grow his businesses. His candy shop Chumlee's Candy on the Boulevard is still a popular place for tourists to visit in Las Vegas. The shop sells both traditional candies and exclusive Chumlee-branded items like t-shirts, baseball caps, and mugs. Chumlee has also moved into new areas, such as real estate and the restaurant business. In a recent interview, he talked about his plans to open a restaurant in Las Vegas, where he wants to serve dishes inspired by his personal life. The projects Chumlee has worked on recently have not only helped him solidify his place in the entertainment industry, but they also show how creative and strong he is. From appearing on Pawn Stars Do America, to launching a video game and going to big events like Comic-Con, Chumlee has shown that he is more than just a reality TV star. He is also a visionary, with unwavering determination. By expanding his activities, Chumlee has been able to gather new image of strength, creativity, and community involvement. These accomplishments have not only helped him win back the public's trust, but they also show that past mistakes can't stop someone from overcoming problems and succeeding. Chumlee's story is full of ups and downs, from working in a pawn shop in Las Vegas to becoming a famous reality TV star and then dealing with legal scandals and rumors. What makes him unique is not just his fame, but also how he dealt with them. He faced problems and overcame them to rebuild his life. To fully understand the long-term effects of these events on Chumlee's image, it is important to look at how he has changed the lessons he has learned and how the public sees him now. Instead of letting scandals define him, Chumlee chose to face his mistakes and start over. He didn't use the scandals as an excuse to justify his actions, but instead admitted what had happened. His silence in the face of rumors, combined with concrete receipts, and built his growth and maturity after the setbacks by improving his health, changing his lifestyle, and focusing on business. Instead of trying to hide from his past, Chumlee used the lessons from his mistakes to build a new image of a man who knows how to rise from failure and sees opportunities to become the best version of himself. Currently, Chumlee's image has changed for the better. There are still critics, but most people, especially loyal Pawn Stars fans, have accepted him as he is. People admire Chumlee's efforts to rebuild his life and are inspired by his story. One of the main things that helped him win back the public's trust is that he is honest about his flaws. He doesn't try to hide his past or make a perfect image. Instead, he says that he isn't perfect but always tries to become a better person. His story has become an inspiration for many people, especially those who are going through their own problems. Chumlee's story isn't just about a reality TV star. He has shown that no matter how hard things get, we can get back up and start over if we have the willpower and determination to do so. So now you know the truth about the rumors about Chumlee. Do you think he was a victim of the media, or someone who made terrible mistakes? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to receive more interesting stories. Thanks for watching, and see you next time for the next movie.